This is our front drive shaft, and it's not so much loose, but we've got that broken rubber in there, and so we're gonna change this out and remove this front drive shaft, change this out and fix that. We got that front drive shaft removed, and there's this cover on here that you're gonna have to pound off of there, pry off of there. And then we have a snap ring that goes into the groove there, and then your drive shaft will slide out of the splines, and we'll assemble the new one. We're assembling the new CV joint on the drive shaft, and it'll come in 3 pieces. It'll come in with this cover, the center section, and the end cap. And so you'll have this center section. You can lay it down, grease it up, put that cap on, and then install it onto here. And then now I'm going to grease this side up with the grease that's supplied. Then I will put on the snap ring. You push this forward, and you put the snap ring on there to lock that on, and then put the cap on, and then we'll reinstall it into the vehicle. Now we got the CV joint assembled. We greased it up in there. We got this cap on. I'm using these bolts to snug it all up, squeezing out some of the grease out of the relief hole there. And now we're ready to install it into the vehicle. I used a tie wrap instead of the metal clip for the rubber boot here. And whether you choose to use the bolts that come with the kit or the factory ones, I'm going to use the factory ones and use some blue Loctite on that when I install it. Up under the Jeep here, you want to fish this front drive shaft in on the driver's side of the transfer case, and you're going to line that front end up, and then line the front end up in there. I did mark it before I took it out, and install that. And then once you've got the front installed, then you can install the back onto the transfer case there, and use some blue Loctite on your bolts, and I believe it's 8mm. Finished installation here is here's that CV joint all bolted in place. I had marked the shaft because we're replacing this, so I had marked the shaft to line it back up when we reinstall it, and then again on the front end here to the front differential, bolted in and torqued down. 8mm bolts, and I torqued them to 20 foot-pounds.